She was like, the break rooms and the benefits. Your wisely check. You take money out your check whenever you want. And she said, for people going around talking about, I don't want to work at Amazon. I don't want to work at Amazon. And she was like, if you stay up all morning anyway, why not work? Why waste your time staying up doing nothing when you could be working? And I said, you said everything I was about to tell you. I was about to tell her, I said, I stay up anyways. Amazon's kind of perfect for me. I have to work and move fast too, so Amazon kind of perfect for me. And I was like, and she said the only caveat is the fact that the managers don't be managing and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But that was basically it. She was like really in tune. So I told her, make sure you be watching out the next month or two for our warehouse and how to of a Marvel. I don't know. But you said you had something to say about the moving up thing, Sarah.
Yeah.
You said you had something to move up. You was moving up and stuff like that. About skipping.
Um, no, not really. This is technically about someone else, but I today is April,
Yeah.
and April 9th is when I reach my 90 days, so I'll be like
Hmm.
a full-time team member. So my manager, me and her was talking about my schedule for April and what that would look like, and that's when I texted in the group chat talking
Yeah, I seen
about
that.
it's gonna be my last month in this bitch, cause she was like, and I made a joke actually. I was like, dang, when am I gonna like switch communities? And she was like, um, this may be your last month, and she started laughing, cause she knows what me and her been through in this community. I was like, okay. Then I was joking around, but then me and her had like a sit down conversation about like my performances and all that, how she was as a manager like these last 3 months, whatever, right? She knows my goals, and she has been technically great of like trying to achieve them. But rewinding it on Friday, I get a call from my coworker that's also a floater. She got hired in December, I got hired in January. So that's like something that we both kind of bonded over, the fact that we were the only ones and that was new to the company that got hired in the winter time, stuff and that, whatever.
Hmm.
So she told me her goal and I told her my goal. She has a bachelor's degree in HR, and then I have associates in residential property and business. So even though like our paths are different, we both understand business.
Yeah.
That's what we had in common. But, she has a family and I don't. So like when it came to pay, I really didn't negotiate the way like my family and everybody wanted me to negotiate because it was up for negotiation. I could have went higher basically.
Yeah.
But I didn't because like I knew that number one, I didn't have property management experience and I didn't feel like, you know, declining an offer just for them to redo it. Like I just wanted the job.
Right.
So, but my coworker, the first impression that I got was that she negotiated and failed.
Hmm.
So like that put into perspective how she felt about the company like from the jump. So going back to the phone call, well, before the phone call, before I started going to Baltimore, I was around up the street from me. There's a community that's a part of my company that we run. So I was like 5 minutes away of a drive. She I tell her like, first I want to kind of move up. The same thing you said, Demetrius.
Hmm.
You said And I agree. I want to move up step by step so I can kind of get those accolades to my name that I'm worth more than just skipping to the next step. Because one thing that me and my manager bumped heads at was that she was trying to offer me leasing manager like a month in. And I told her like I even though I would love the position, like I don't think I'm management material yet. I think that's like kind of irresponsible for me to just accept a position. She was like, "Okay, okay. Um don't worry. We'll figure something out. Like don't worry." And then I talked to the director and she was like, "No, you shouldn't feel like you need to settle down to any community yet. Like continue learning, this and that,
Hmm.
build your skills, things of that nature, right?"
Yeah.
On the other hand, my coworker, I'm gonna just say Leah. Leah's mindset is that she wants to get into the position now and start making more money based on the title and not her skills. Keep in mind,
Mm.
she got hired in December, I got hired in January. One of the business development specialists, mind you, there's three development specialists. I have the one that's really cool, technically the only black one. Let's really say how it is. Like,
Hmm.
Leah has the white lady that tried to hire me and I declined, but then accepted the one I have
Somebody
now.
else's. I know that shit was weird as shit in the office, yeah.
It was. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, so there's three. The other one who just had a baby, she's been out of office since January, so like I didn't really have time with her. She's like the youngest out of the three. My manager is like the oldest out of the three. That's been there like she has accolades, Demetrius. I'm telling like she won awards for that company because she if it wasn't for her since she started she's been working there like 30 years. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for her, like the company would not be doing as great. And she's only a business development specialist. Like she's not even a director yet. And I was telling her today, like, how are you more subconscious about that than anybody? Because everybody like looks up to her. Like her energy is great. But besides the point, going to the phone call, cause like it's hard to explain what Leah's goal was because I understood my goal, and it's also hard to explain my goal because you would kind of have to know the ladder. So like right now I'm a leasing professional, but then there's leasing manager, but then if you want to hit like standard corporate, you would have to like pick out of the three. It's just hard to explain, and I'm still even confused on that ladder. But
Hmm.
um, so she calls me and she's like, "Hey, is it a good time to speak?" I was like, and this is when I was driving home, so I was like, "Yeah, I'm driving home. Like it's no problem." So me and her we're catching up. She's telling me the tea about her community. I'm telling her what I'm been going through with this girl at Baltimore. So like we just chatting it up. Now she tells me, "Hey, I just accepted leasing manager here." So like I congratulated her. Like I have nothing against her doing that. I was
Yeah.
like, "That's amazing." This is what you technically, even though this is not what you wanted, because she said she wouldn't do it. Like there's a big reason why she would. And I'm thinking it's because she wants to grow, she wants to whatever. But then when I got home, we started like talking. I guess we was talking about other stuff. She started talking about pay. And then I was like, oh, I guess we're talking about pay now. I told her how much I was making. She told me how much she was making. Mind you, she's making more.
Yeah.
But I think she wanted me to react like, oh my God, why are they paying you more than me?
Hmm.
I felt like she wanted that reaction, but I kind of just gave her the
That's
That
good.
makes sense. No, no, no. I said that makes sense. She was
Mm.
like, how so? I was like,
No, see,
Leah.
God damn.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Well, so when you said that you wanted to climb the ladder, this conversation solidified me why so many people fail in like businesses and management, I guess, because people move up solely for what the position is and the potential pay. Mind you, you're not guaranteed that pay. You're guaranteed that pay based on skill. And if you can perform the job skill, not the skills that you already have, because the skills
Yeah.
that you already have may not solidify the the job title.
Hmm.
And I feel like people are too fixated to the manager um, title that they don't do a good job and they wonder why they're getting paid less than what it is. Now, mind you, in February, Leah's and I's goal was to have 3 move-ins for February and March because we were new. We didn't think we could lease apartments. Demetrius, guess how many she got versus how many I got?
How many?
In the last 2 months since working, I had reached almost 16 move-ins. Guess how many this girl got?
I'm scared. How many she got?
Bro, one.
Oh hell no. Oh
That's
hell
what
no.
my manager. That's which is your reaction, like saying, "Oh hell no." That's literally what my manager did. But I'm gonna get to my manager's opinion on that. Just give me 1 second, cause it put to. I didn't think of. I think deep down my conscience was thinking about it because when we started talking about pay, she wanted me to react like, "Oh, how could they be paying more than you?" Or she wanted me to have some regret, like, "No, Sarah, you should have negotiated higher, this and that." And I'm like, and I had to explain to her, for me, being in this business is not for money. Like, I genuinely like what I do, and I feel like I'm getting paid what I'm deserve right now because I'm learning. I'm not looking for like a super, I don't know if I'm super close to the mic, but
No, you got.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking for like this extravagant pay just because the industry can pay that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I told her
You
that.
just like the job, do the job, and you get paid. You know what I'm saying? And you understand your
Yeah.
pay. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I just feel like what I'm getting paid relatively makes sense because I make mistakes. And I
Yeah.
don't want those big mistakes that happen in the long run to affect my pay or to affect like I want them to see like dang from here from this point to that point she exceeded so well from the mistakes that she did now to what she's representing now. Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll give her a bump before the year ends. Like that's what
Yeah.
my manager was saying. She was like, if you show some type of effort, we compensate for that. And
Yeah.
Demetria, there's a lot of ways to make money in this business just your regular pay. You can make money from move-ins. You can make money from traveling if you help other communities, which I'm doing. You can get paid by what else? How did I else got paid? Just like little stuff, like health stuff. Like I don't know. There's just so many opportunities to make money. Like you're always able to do something. There's not a boring day at work.
Yeah.
So I explained that to her. Now this is where it got sticky. She before all the so there's 3 floaters. Me, this the guy that speaks 7 languages, and her. Leah got trained to be leasing manager as a leasing professional.
Mm.
So she's not a manager, but when she went to different communities, the communities that treat her bad, which I believe, they kind of forced her to do manager work as a leasing professional so she'll keep her current pay.
Mm.
So they kind of said, "Oh, I mean, you've already have leasing manager experience, just or you were trained to be that. Why don't you deny these files, call these people to be approved, look over these reports?" Like they're giving her all these work, and I used to feel bad for her. I'm like, damn, I don't go through that. Like I get guided to do it. Like I don't do all that. She started feeling overwhelmed and felt like she wasn't being properly compensated for it. So when she was on the phone with me after she accepted the leasing manager position where she's at, she told me, "You think I should go to the director and ask to get compensation for all the work I've been doing the last 3 months of
Mm.
manager work?" And I was quiet and I was like, "Leah, you why are you looking for compensation when you could just put that on your appraisal or put that on your like a sheet where you have all your skills and all the things that you can do in the job and just present that like your work shows. You don't have to
Yeah.
get
That's
compensated
that's
for it."
see that's the big piece right there. That your work show it for yourself. Your work, it proves how good of a worker you are, and it shows your stat record. And that was key. Yeah, that was key right there. That was key point.
Yeah, and she would rather skip to the head boss, tell her, "Hey, this is how I thought of it," because she was like feeling it. She was like, "Oh, I'm already being offered leasing manager all to all the communities I'm around. I might as well get compensated from the current manager that I'm at right now." And I was like, "Leah, as business terms," and I had to teach her, and I only got my associates. I was like,
Hmm.
if I was running a business, I'm not just giving you compensation just because you're you did the work. You did the work for the pay that you agreed on. Like simple as that. I don't But one thing I did feel bad on, and I understand why HR did this, she said that she wanted more than 50,000 for the position of leasing manager, right? I'm gonna just say the
Hmm.
ballpark was like more than 50,000.
Hmm.
HR was like, "Nope, we're not gonna pay you this. We're gonna pay you this amount," and it was lower than 50,000. She told me the number, and I was like, "Damn." I mean, low key, if I was in your position, I wouldn't take that. For a manager? No.
Do she do manager work, or do she seem like she's good? 'Cause I know
That's,
jobs like that, they serious on if you good enough to do the work.
yeah. And I think after this point, it really does seem like HR really looks at the resumes and the stuff that you've done and they evaluate your pay based on that because that's how they did me.
Yeah.
Like when they did my resume and they looked over everything that I've done with the director and everything, they evaluated it and then they said, "Hey, we are going to offer you this. You'll be eligible for appraisal around May." Like everybody's around May. So like to me I wasn't tripping. Now, mind you, this is Friday. So over the weekend I was kind of overthinking because I was like, "Damn, I've only been in this company for 3 months. If I try to settle down in a community now, they're probably going to do me like that because I realistically don't have a years of manager position. Like I'm in the process of learning and I could mess up at any time." So today I had a meeting with my manager and I explained to her what happened with Leah because it low key made me think that I shouldn't boost myself up too much until I find the right community where I can handle it. And then when I was telling her about Leah, she cut me off while I was explaining to her like what happened. She was like, "How many movements she got last month?"
Oh yeah, she
I was like, I said, "Tisa, like, chill out, like, that's not the point." I was trying to like really. move away from the conversation because it wasn't gonna make her argument any better, Leah's argument any better.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, "You don't have to tell me, Sarah. I'll just pull it up." She pulled up her numbers. She was in front of me, and she did it one by one because there's a conversion ratio report that she taught me how to look at for all communities. They'll show they'll show how many calls you took. Like they literally record it. How many calls you took, how many walk-ins you took, how many tours you took, then how many applications from those tours that you took, then how many tours turn into move-ins, how many the applicants turn into denials, and how many applicants turn into well, I think I
Yeah.
said move-ins, whatever. So they showed the whole thing, and
Damn.
you can see she had the highest calls, walk-ins. Then after the walk-ins, it started becoming lower. Then the shows got lower, and then the applications got lower. And then when you get to the
She
move-ins,
don't know how to close it in.
that's my manager's point. She's not closing in um, the applications or the traffic that comes to her door
Yeah.
back inside.
She a bot. I could be
So
better than
she
that.
she literally looked at me with a straight face, not trying to laugh, but she was like, "Sarah, you better not be like her." I was like, "Whoa, when are we talking about me now? Just relax." And it got me nervous. I was like, "Oh shoot." She was like, "Look, I'm saying this out of love
Yeah.
because I don't want you to be in this position." Like, she was serious, but like trying to make it lighthearted, like because
When we just
mind you,
use
I
her as
didn't.
a quick example, then yeah.
Yeah, because what she said to me a couple weeks ago, she wanted me to keep track of all my movements. And mind you, it went by fast. Like I didn't even know that's how many movements I got the last 2 months. She was like, "Sarah, how many movements you got?" Like she yelled it out. I was like, I think I got like 5. Like I really don't know. She was like, "Sarah, that's unacceptable. That's nope. You need to do better." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I know." She
Mm.
was like, "No, I'm telling you, Sarah. I know you're better than that. Go, give me another movement now." And you could kind of tell she's like joking, but then I know she's serious. Like
She
everybody
wants
else is
you to
thinking she's
be
joking.
goaded.
She
Yeah.
yeah, she wants me to be better. So then this is March 29th. Yeah, March 29th. That was Friday. Before we closed the day, right? We pulled up the report for March and February, and the girl I really don't care for, Adrian, she was like, Sarah, you had 10 move-ins this month. And I was like, huh? And then my manager, she's so extra, she started screaming like, oh my god! She started clapping, banging on
Oh
the
my
freaking, she
god,
was doing
bruh.
the most. She's like those moms that be just doing the most. So she was just like clapping. She was like, I knew you could do it, Sarah. That's what I'm talking about. You went from 3 move-ins the other month to like 10, Sarah. She was just so
Oh, she
happy and
jazzy
stuff.
and there,
I know
yeah.
I was low key like, all right, chill, bro. Like, don't do that. But
Oh hell
I was
no.
happy. Like, I came in today like confident, like I could do another 10.
Yeah.
But after that conversation with Leah, it got me nervous. So when I sat her down, and she was like, kind of joking around, but I know she was serious. Like I know her. She was like, "Are you gonna complain?" Cause she was honest. She was like, "Are you gonna complain that I'm making you do leasing manager work while getting paid as a leasing professional?" And I was like, "Well, no, cause I actually enjoy doing leasing manager work as a leasing professional because even though I'm getting the exposure now, like I don't have that responsibility. I don't need to approve or deny anybody. I'm just doing it because I want to know." She
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, Sarah, how did you get so wise? Some people need to, be like you and this and that." And I was like, I don't know. But she was teaching me how to like negotiate HR's pay because she was like, "Look, HR is supposed to do that. They're supposed to protect the company because that's what they get paid for. How would you rebuttal when HR denies your pay?" She was actually being honest and transparent. She was like, "What would you do?" I was like, I said, I would say, no, I'm worth this much because of X, Y, and Z. And she was like, but how would you prove that? And I was like,
Mm,
I was kind of
yeah.
like, And she was like, reports, Sarah. When you pull up reports and you show your conversion ratio, when you show what you've been doing for the community as far as witnesses, like, are you showing the property manager what you're doing? Because property managers don't need to see it, but if you show them, then they recognize it. You'll have someone to back you up. I was like,
Yeah.
And she was like, what I'm getting from this situation is that the property manager at where Leah's at isn't really vouching for her for that pay. They're trying to pay her less than what she's really worth. And even though I see the potential, we don't pay potential. And I was like, damn.
Mm,
And I was thinking that deep down. That's why I told her don't go to the director and ask for pay because you can't just say that and just, I don't know. It really brought light out, and the fact that you said that about moving from like LA and then
the LA
PA,
and stuff like that.
yeah, it kind of brought me back to why I wanted to go from leasing
Step to step.
professional to, yeah,
Hmm.
leasing manager, and then after leasing manager,
Then move up, like, yeah.
yeah, move up to corporate. Like that's how I kind of wanted to do it. And then my director said it's possible. She was like, "Look, we want you here. So as long as you do what you need to do and you help every community, that's fine by us." So, yeah. I needed to let that out only because, like, even though I enjoy her as a person, like, she's genuine.
Hmm.
And what really brought to perspective is that she has a family. I
Yeah.
think that's what's driving her is money only because she has a family. And my manager was pointing that out. She was like, Sarah, what's her situation? Does she have a family? I was like, yeah. She was like, do you have a family? I was like, my siblings. And she was like,
Hmm.
that's my point. You don't have responsibilities the way Leah has responsibilities. So you're willing to take the grain and just pedal on slowly until you're able to jump out and do certain stuff. She wants to jump out right away and start running.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. Like for me, I'm not in a rush to do anything because I'm consistently wanting to learn. But yeah, that caught me off guard. I was feeling some type of way, but now I'm okay now. It was a productive day.
Yeah. Well, with me, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But also, when I do come back, I am going to Discord. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna be asleep. Uh, so
Yeah.
yeah. Then I gotta talk to my grandmother also. But I mean, that was
Oh,
just a
okay.
gist of mine. You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm gonna talk to John today. I was like, I'm gonna tell him. I said I am gonna apply when this position open. But I'm gonna tell him I want to be directly involved with training some of these new people. And I said if I'm able to do that, I will gladly be a PA. I just want to help train because it'll make my job easier in the long end. Because if I'm overseeing them, why not just help train them? In my opinion, I will do the extra work because that's I want to be able to do that. I want that to have on my belt. And I said if I need to talk to Kevin directly about it, I will, and that's what I'm gonna tell him too. I'm gonna tell him that when I come in today because I do want to be directly underneath like some of that stuff because these niggas that got in here now, I do not want new niggas come here act like they can just sit around and do nothing. 'Cause we gonna be physical in that because it's a physical
Mm.
job. We gonna be not saying we gonna be fine, but it's a physical job. I want people
Oh.
to be physical. Like nobody is physical for real there, and that's the thing. It's only certain niggas that really carrying the weight. I carried that warehouse last week, and I can say that loud and proudly. I told John that. I told John with 100% confidence. I said, John, I carried that warehouse last week. The last week I was there. I said, Greg, no. That's what I told Greg today. And he started to laugh. I said, Greg, y'all, don't kill me this week. And he started laughing. Demetrius, it's not the bet, it's only oversized. And I said, okay, what you going to have me do? Oversized. And I said, okay. That's what we started off. And that's what I told John. I said, y'all killed me today. I said, well, I ain't tell me it's not oversized. Y'all killed me last week. I said, we doing this week? Like, we
Mm-mm.
was laughing about it. But nah, that's what I just want to be directly involved with everything. That's all I had to say after that for real, for real. I just want to be involved with the training and process and stuff like that.
Yeah,
For real,
I
for real.
agree.
But yeah.